Let's go. They've got everything. Everything caravan and camping. They've got everything.
Yeah, very good day and great to have you with us for our Everything Caravan and Camping podcast, sponsored by ECC Parks. I'm Scotty Hillier from Channel 7, and we look forward to taking you to a different destination around this great country of ours every week. Now, we're going to get you there safely with our weight and towing masterclasses. We've also got tech tips. Now, we're going to chat with influencers, and we're also going to chat with you, the listeners. And I'm looking forward to that. We want to hear your questions. We want to hear if you're out and about, where you've been. And we're also going to have a laugh with Caravan Park Confessions. That is going to be a good one. And every week, we're going to chat to the greatest chef ever given an open fire and a set of tongs. None other than the great Harry Fisher from Fire to Fork. I'm pretty pumped. Let's get into it. ECC, it's a 24/7 marketplace for all things caravanning, camping and 4x4. Now, with more than 10,000 products available from hundreds of popular brands, you'll find everything you need for your next outdoor adventure. Don't forget, subscribe to the newsletter and save a further 10% off the best brands, products and prices. They're only a click away.
Let's go. Everything caravan and camping.
Okay, it's that time of our ECC podcast, weight and towing master classes, catching up with the great Dave Lewis. How are you, mate?
G'day, Scotty. How are you today?
Oh, I'm not as busy as you've been. You've been travelling the state, keeping everyone that's towing an RV or driving or whatever, keeping them safe with your VanSmart. Is that what it's called?
VanSafe, actually.
VanSafe. Oh, it's close enough, right? VanSafe.
Yeah, you nearly got it right, Scotty.
Yeah.
But VanSafe is a joint initiative between Caravanning Queensland and the Queensland State Government.
Yeah, wow.
And basically, we've been doing it around the state. We've done 11 venues, and we've got about 4 to go, so 15 in total all up.
Yeah.
And the idea of VanSafe is about increasing road safety awareness in the caravan industry.
Yeah.
And so we do a similar presentation that we do at the caravan shows. We do them at regional areas. We've been up North Queensland, Capricornia, all around the place. And then part of the VanSafe program is that you can actually come along and have your car and caravan weighed by Queensland Transport. They do Queensland Transport and main roads.
Yep.
But more importantly, it's just about getting those numbers and seeing where you're going with it. It's been really well received right around the state.
Yeah, we're going to, later in the podcast, don't quote me, listeners, but in roughly a month or 6 weeks, we're going to catch up with Chrissy, who's running it on behalf of Caravanning Queensland. So we're going to talk 2024, and because apparently the whispers are it'll be off and again for next. It's been so popular, and it's all about safety on the road. And, mate, we've always encouraged our listeners to email in any questions, Dave, and I've got a couple. We've got one here for you.
Scott.
So one of the questions was, we always talk about keeping your vehicle tyres in good shape, but we've also if you're towing a van, you've got to look after the tyres on your caravan, Dave.
Right.
There's a couple of little things you should be doing. I know I was told you should rotate tyres on vehicles and bits and bobs. So what, for those that rode in, what should we do with our caravan tyres?
Yeah, so caravan and trailer tyres are a little bit unique as far as they don't really show much wear on them as opposed to a car tyre. So you could have a tyre that's been on a caravan for 10 years basically, and it won't have much wear on it because obviously it's not actually driving that vehicle along, it's being towed along.
Yep. So
there is a date stamp on the tyre, and you would need to make sure that if that tyre has exceeded its livability, then even though it might not look like it's got any wear on it, it's time to replace that tyre.
Okay, so that's a really good point. So they're not going to wear like your vehicle, so they may look immaculate. But it's been on the van for 10 years. Little date, check it out, and if they need replacing, get rid of them.
That's right, exactly right. And it is really important. And obviously it's important too to make sure your tyre pressures are right with your caravan. It's just like you do with your car. The rule of thumb is pump your tyres up on your caravan to what you think is about the right pressure. Drive for an hour. When that tyre gets hot, if that pressure's changed by about 4, but we want to see an increase between 4 and 6 psi in the actual pressure in the tyre. If it's less or greater than that, then your starting cold pressure was not the right temperature. Right pressure, I should say.
Geez, I'd learn something every week on this podcast. That is a great little tip, Dave. There you go.
It is, and these days it is obviously, if you bring people like myself, you can get your car and caravan weight. There is actually a way of working out the optimum tyre pressure. Once you know the weight that's on each of those wheels, there is a process you can work it out, and it's just a simple mathematical equation. But the 4 PSI rule works really well.
There you go, mate. You've been a wealth of information, and people want to catch up with you or come and get you out to their home to do a bit of work. How can we get in contact with you?
Yeah, sure, Scotty. So 0477897700, or our website is mobilecaravanweighing.com.au. We do cover Brisbane, Gold Coast, Sunshine Coast, Toowoomba, and anyone who's up in Darwin. We've also got a franchise operation up there too.
Look at you go. You're everywhere. You'll be around the world soon, Dave.
Yeah, but you never know, Scotty. That's the plan.
Good on you, mate. We'll look forward to catching up next week.
Thanks, Scotty. Talk to you soon.
Perfect. Okay, that time of the podcast, the great man, Charlie Boy. How are you, buddy?
I'm doing well, Scotty.
What can you tell me? Have you got the lotto numbers for me, or have you got some gossip?
Mate, if I had the lotto numbers, would I be here?
Would you share them? If you were given 3 mates, I wouldn't know. I wouldn't stand. No, I'm not even there.
You find out how many friends you have when you get those lotto
Oh,
numbers.
my gosh. Yeah, I'd probably get a car out here, wouldn't I? Or a day at the races.
There'd definitely be a card. Oh, actually, no, day at the races.
Day at the races.
Yeah,
I can see you buying a big suite.
We're coming up to Magic Millions.
Yes, Gold Coast. Yeah, Gold Coast. Anyway, I'm happy. Brisbane Eagle Farm Dermot. So when you win, I'll be watching.
That's it, mate.
Mate, talk to me. Well, I must say, too, the feedback, the emails we're getting, people are loving all the little different knickknacks. And I'm finding the most popular thing is that people aren't aware what you can get on the ECC website. It's got everything.
I think we're up to over 4,000 products now. It's huge.
Yeah, so it's your one-stop shop, to be fair. They can go in there, and I'm sure you guys see people go in there to buy one thing, they end up buying 3 or 4 because they say, and inexpensive, not too dear, I'll get that. And it just makes the trip that little bit better.
All of a sudden. So the cool thing about ECC as well is it recognises what you're looking at and says, are you interested in this? This is also a related product for this.
Stop it. Mate, what do you got for us this week, people listening?
So this week, Scotty, and you would have seen this at the Brisbane Caravan Show.
At the sale, the big one in Brisbane Showgrounds.
We have the Truma Underbunk Aircon.
Yeah, it's been a stinking summer.
It
really has. So Underbunk aircon.
So this is a reverse cycle aircon, and this is awesome for anyone retrofitting to their vans. And I call that the perfect item.
So once again, I'm jumping in because I'm just asking the questions. When you say retro, what do you mean by that?
So retrofitting, so for example, and I see this all the time, and I've even done a few of them, and that's the old school, I call them humpies.
Yeah.
But you remember the curved roof, those styles.
Yeah, okay, the older.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
that's the best example I can give. Yeah. Obviously, younger vans, anyone who doesn't have a rooftop aircon or a soft top van, this is perfect for that.
So talk me through it. Yeah, go.
It's a ducted system.
Yeah.
So reverse cycle. So we can put it under the bed, we can put it under the bench, we can even put it out in the middle of the car.
It's a little fully self-contained aircon portable.
Oh, it's not portable.
Okay.
So it is fixed into your van. So basically, it's the install. If you're a little bit handy on the tools, won't take you very long at all to carve out. So basically, you just need a couple drain holes for condensation and air intake from underneath.
Yep.
That's all, and then it's a ducted system from there. So if you know where you want to run your ducts throughout the van, you can direct that airflow wherever you like.
And is it running off the van or whatever's battery power, or has it got its own little pack?
So it's 240 appliance.
Hey, I got you, yeah.
We talked a few weeks ago about Truma Aventa.
Yes.
That was one of the things, again, same sort of principle. If you have an inverter set up, which a lot of people do now, you will be able to run that very remotely.
Wow. So that's something else you can jump on the website and get?
Yep, 100%. Jump on, check it out. Awesome product, and I've used it, and 100%.
Cool. Keeps you cool.
Oh, yeah. And I actually fitted out my dad. So my dad's got the old Viscount.
Yeah. The old Viscount.
Yes.
Talk about the rounded tops.
Mate.
Single axle, the little tiny 12-inch wheels.
That's it. And you remember those ones, none of them got fitted with a rooftop aircon.
No.
And their roofs aren't designed for it. So that's where this aircon fills that space perfectly.
There's a lot of people I can see out there writing down. So everything Caravan and Camping website.
Yep. Jump on
there.
everything Caravan Camping.
Yep.
The Truma Saphir.
Yeah, Saphir, like the name.
That's it. And it comes with your option. So when you order the kit, it comes with your option of 5 metres, 10 or 15 metres total ducting. So you got, depending on the size van or where you want to run it, you get all your options.
Tech tip wizard you are. Thank you, mate. We will chat next week.
That's it, mate. I'll talk to you then.
Yeah, I hope you're enjoying this, the ECC podcast. It is Jason Filippini and Caravan Park Confession Time. Hello, mate. How are you?
Oh, Scotty, it is a great day. I am excellent, and I have one for you today.
Oh, well, look at you a little bit.
I'm getting ahead of you. I'm excited by this one.
You are keen to jump in. I was going to tell you I've been out fishing and catching a heap of whiting off the beaches.
Whereabouts?
Markoola, my little beach.
Oh, brilliant.
So for the listeners that are in and around the sunny coast, Majimba, Markoola, Yarumba, all that area there has been holding some nice whitings. So, but look at you. Forget fishing, Scott. I've got something to tell you.
I'm salivating at this one.
Go. Tell us.
It's another Loch Ness Monster one.
Oh.
It's the myth of the Loch Ness Monster, but this one's the myth of the dog. Oh.
The myth of the dog.
The myth of
parks,
the dog.
Obviously, fur baby friendly parks.
No. In fact, the park that has reported this to me are not a pet friendly park.
Okay.
And the council have tried to track this dog and they can't. So the story goes.
Okay.
When you go to this park, don't leave your thongs out.
We can't say which one.
No.
Hey, wouldn't be a confession. No. Don't leave
your thongs out. And for years, not for a week, not just a school holiday season, for years, thongs have been going missing.
Yeah.
And people have reported this dog, it's a grey, shaggy-looking dog, stealing thongs.
Two or just one?
Just one thong. One thong, just stealing thongs. So anyway, the operator of that particular park went, nah. And he saw it himself and couldn't catch the dog.
Oh.
So he's going, okay, that's real. So he went to the council in the area and the rangers and said, look, we've got a feral dog that's stealing all the people's thongs, not food. It's stealing thongs.
Oh, gosh.
Lives in the sewers. It's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle style
Is
thing.
that what they're saying?
Or they have tracked it in, the council have tracked it into the sewer lines.
Get out.
And they can't catch this dog.
Have they found like 400 thongs?
The thing is, on this, there was one particular night, probably around the September school holiday, so it's very recent. This is real. This is true.
Yeah.
47 thongs in one night.
This dog took
47 thongs in one night.
Wow, because if you're in a tent, I know I'm not allowed to put my thongs inside. It's like thongs off, little dust brush to the feet, and then you get.
So there are signs. Don't leave your thongs out. We have the Loch Ness Monster Teenage Ninja Turtle.
The dog.
Myth. The dog.
Can you imagine the blues the next morning? Somebody's got my thong. You're blaming the tent next door around the corner. Wow. The dog.
Yes.
We can't say where. No,
not saying where, but I will say it is hand on heart, a true story.
Yeah.
And the local council has actually been trying to catch this dog for years.
And still haven't.
Still can't.
Yeah,
it's a conniving dog that loves thongs.
God,
what a fetish.
Bless. All right, mate. Where are we going next week? Who knows? But good to have you this week.
Thanks, Scotty.
Okay, that time of the show, we go to our emails where I always say we encourage you to flick us an email if you've got a question about anything we talk about or a question about something we don't talk about. And also, we want to know where you're travelling. We want to talk to you whilst you're out doing it. And we got an email from Will Clavarino. How'd I go, Will? Did I get that surname right?
Spot on, Scotty, spot on.
And you call yourself Elite Touring Australia, and you did it with your young fella or your first child, and you've just had a brand new child as well.
Yeah, that's it. So we spent some time on the road full time with our daughter. She's nine now, and we just had a young fella about a month ago.
So talk to me about travelling with the daughter. How long were you away for?
Nearly 2 years on the dot.
Are you serious? So how did the decision come about, Will? Did you just look at the wife and go, or did you quit jobs, or was it something you sort of had planned for months and months, or was it just...
How it all came about, Scotty, was we had a smaller van that we sort of modified and built.
Yep.
And we did a big Cape York trip. We did about 8 weeks up there.
Yep.
When we came back, COVID hit, and it was one of those decisions where we went, we don't want to be back at work. Yeah. We've got the time off. Yeah. Let's go.
Yeah.
So we planned a 4-month trip, and we never went back.
Wow. That's 4 months and you never went back. Happy days. And what did you do it in, mate? What was your van of choice, let's say?
Our van of choice was originally a Royal Flat.
Yep.
And now we're in an OTM.
On the move, yes.
On the move adventure. So look, now we're not travelling full time. We went for that bit smaller van, and it does everything that we like to do.
Yeah. So, and I guess travelling with the young daughter, was it nice and easy, or was there a few things that you opened your eyes? Like people out there listening now have probably got a child or two and thinking of travelling. Was it simple, or was it a bit tough to kick off with?
Mate, I no one really believes you, but it is actually easy. I see a lot of kids on the road as well all the kids that are overly excited and sort of everywhere all the time. once they're out on the road, they're relaxed, they're chilled, they've got all the room to move.
Yep.
They learn that independence and that pack up time. And
yeah. They all all have their little jobs? Did she have a little job that she do?
It.
Yeah,
100%. Every time we pull up, my wife's job was the awning.
Yep.
Mine was levelling the van and getting it all sort of set up there. My daughter got out the camp mat and the camp chairs so we could relax onto a setup.
Wow, there you go. So there you go. Those out there listening that have got a child or two kids, it's easily done. And will one memorable trip, I know you've got the new bub now and you're probably planning something, and we'll talk about that in a minute, but is there one or two trips that just are etched in your memory?
Oh, definitely, mate. The one trip I tell everyone about is a little town called Beachport in South Australia.
Yep.
It is a caravan park. We don't necessarily like going to van parks too often.
Yep.
But it's one of those ones that's beside the beach. You're 30 metres walk out the front, you're catching fresh squid every morning.
Oh, wow.
It's unbelievable. We're about to do now, we're on the way to Tamworth, New South Wales.
Yep.
See some family, and then we hook out west and out to Lightning Ridge and Sapphire and all the fossicking and all that stuff out there.
Wow. With the new bub on board?
Yep, the new bub on board this trip will be.
Yeah.
So it'll be his first trip.
Oh, wow. And, mate, any little tips that you picked up along the way, Will, that you think people that are listening could gain a bit of knowledge and add to their little handbook?
Yeah, one of the biggest tips is carry some extra water.
Yep.
Carry some extra fuel. You'd be surprised, especially when you're out walk how many times the servo is closed and things like that, or you just miss out. But other than that, the only other thing that we highly recommend carrying is a little Selfie Go unit, just so you can get reception, just so you can stay in touch with the family and stay safe out there.
Yeah, for sure, Will, for sure. And what would you say to people out there that are listening, as we've got millions that are tuning in, that are thinking about doing what you've done? What would you tell them?
Do it, 100%.
Yeah.
Everyone that's on the road full time says, just do it. Mate, there's nothing better. And I always look at everything in worst case scenario. You can always go until you run out of money, come home and go back to work.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Just go and do it. Oh, I love you. Love you, mate.
Go and do it. That's it.
Alrighty, Will, thanks for flicking us an email, mate. It's been great to catch up, and we may even catch up after your next trip. But good luck with the new bub.
Brilliant, mate. Thank you.
Good on you. See you, Will. Thanks, mate.
See you guys. Bye.
Time of the podcast where I just sit back. I actually get a little plate of food, Harry, because I like to eat while I'm talking to you because you make me so bloody hungry. It's Harry Fisher from Fire to Fork. How are you, mate?
I'm going very well, mate. Very well.
Now,
I'm just relaxing in a 35-degree day in Perth.
You know what? You've answered my question. A lot of people are writing in, where's Harry? Where's he based? A lot of people have seen.
Yeah, I'm in Perth.
But you're over in Perth. That's home for you.
Yeah.
Have you always been a Perth?
Just come back from a week in Tassie, though. Perth and Broome. I used to live in Broome, actually.
I think you might have told us that, weeks and weeks ago.
The best place to live in Australia, I reckon.
Yeah, and did you say Tassie as well? You've been in Tassie?
Just been in Tassie, yeah. Just done a very quick lap of Tassie. So that was fantastic.
Good on you. And people say I got the best job. You're going all right, Mr. Fisher.
I think I'm going all right.
How's the new bub?
He's going well, mate. Yeah. He's going well. He's about 3 months old now. Yeah. He's doing all the kid stuff. He's eating, pooping and screaming and growing and getting...
I bought my young fella a fishing rod for his first even before he was 6 months. Do you buy a little set of tongs and a hat and an apron?
Bought him a chainsaw, mate.
Oh, stop it.
Actually, first birthday.
That would not surprise me. Oh,
I got him one of those little toy still chainsaws that looks exactly the same as Dad's.
My God.
He loves it.
That is brilliant. Hey, mate, people are waiting again. What are we up to this week? What are we cooking?
Let's go really simple, mate. I want to go for something that's great for the kids, and honestly, let's be honest, the adults love it as well.
Yeah.
And that's the humble sausage roll.
I love a good sausage roll, my favourite.
The sausage.
Yeah, I know. I don't know why I said that. That's just crazy. Trying to pretend I'm important, but that did not work. Sausage roll, Harry.
So, look, I've tested a few different recipes and I've come up with, it just works out that the simplest is the best. Yeah. And that is go to your butcher. I'm a big proponent of going to your butcher. Go to your butcher and just get some rissoles. Simple rissoles, which is basically just sausage meat and a few bits and pieces in it. You want chunky, ideally. Get your sheet of puff pastry. You don't need a freezer for that. You can just chuck it in your fridge. It'll last quite a few days, or even your esky. Then you wrap. You know what a sausage roll looks like.
Yes.
Got meat in the middle and bloody pastry on the outside.
Yeah.
Whip up an egg. So you roll your meat inside your puff pastry. Yep. Cut it to length. Whip up an egg, and then you just brush the egg over the top of it. Bit of egg wash, and that will make it brown. Get a few sesame seeds if you're feeling fancy. And something that most people don't do that I think is really important is actually a little bit of rock salt on there. Just really coarsely ground salt on top, onto the egg. So you've got sesame seeds and little bits of salt, and it just makes a bit of a crunch, a bit of extra flavour. It's really bloody good.
Yum.
And that's it. So it's 3 ingredients.
And then how are we cooking? How are we doing that?
And most importantly, you got to cut them up as party sausage rolls. Don't have a big log. You want little bits, because we all know that the ends of the sausage roll are the tastiest bit. They're the bit that are crispy and brown, and they're the best. Then all you do, chuck it in your camp oven. You want 20% of your heat underneath, so a few coals underneath, and then 80% of your heat on top.
Good.
That's going to give you that nice induction heat. Yep. So you chuck a big load of coals in there. You wait 10, 15 minutes, basically till they look like a sausage roll. So you want it a bit brown, ideally a little bit burnt on the edges. That's my favourite.
Yeah.
Some purists say no tomato sauce. I think bugger off, have tomato sauce. Yeah. It's the best.
Yes.
So chuck your tomato sauce on, dip them, eat them. They are magic, and they're so quick and easy.
Wow. And you can do that on the fire. Who would have thought?
Yeah.
Hey?
Yeah. No special equipment needed.
Wow, I tell you what, a lot of the van parks, they have their happy hour. Imagine doing some homemade. Come around here, around the fire, have a cold beverage, and you're making sausage rolls for everyone. Oh, please.
And it's funny because it's one of those things that people think takes a whole lot of effort. You put bloody 3 ingredients and chucked it in the camp oven for 15 minutes. Yeah, it's not very hard, but it's a real party pleaser, and it's a lot better than the pre-made stuff.
Yeah, wow, mate. And I'm going to give you a wrap here. If people want to know where the recipe is or watch the great man in action, you can Google Fire to Fork, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and you'll catch up with the great Harry Fisher. How'd I go? Give you a little plug there?
Very well, mate. Perfect. Nailed it.
Good on you, mate. Great to chat. We will speak again next week.
All right, I'm going to go back outside with the 35-degree weather.
Good luck, mate.
Cheers, mate.
Let's go.
It's that time of the podcast to feature an ECC park, whether it be here in Australia or over in New Zealand. And once again, joined by the great Jason Filippini. How are you, mate?
I'm excellent, Scotty. Great day outside today.
It is, my friend. Now, before you tell us where we're featuring, I'm just going to rattle off for all the listeners, just reminding people that there are 65 parks throughout Australia and New Zealand. Now, if you head to this website, and I've been saying it every week, everythingcaravancamping.com.au today, you can purchase your ECC Parks / Family Parks Travel Rewards membership. What's going on with the $30? Are you going to keep it that low?
Look, that is an online special. That is an ECC special. Yeah. ECC is such a great partner of the ECC Parks and Family Parks. That's what it's there for.
And the membership gives you, we rattle off 10% off your stay at all the parks, the family parks in Australia and New Zealand. Discounts, deals. You get rewards. You get your third night free voucher, an entry card to their frequent camper competition. $30.
$30, and you know what? It lasts for 2 years.
No.
It is.
So it's really $15
it's
a year.
It's $15 a year. You use your third night free voucher just once. It's a free membership, but you get all the other benefits at the ECC website.
No brainer. Hey, mate, where are we heading this week?
Okay, Scotty, so this week I thought we'd do New South Wales.
I don't mind. Look, I don't mind the blues. Not when we're playing Origin, but I don't mind the blues every other time.
New South Wales is a perfect partner to Queensland.
Yeah.
I thought we'd go to Blacksmith's Beachside Holiday Park.
Blacksmith's Beachside Holiday Park. Sounds good.
Yeah, it's a really lovely park in the Lake Macquarie area.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So around Lake Macquarie. It is a beautiful little park. It's on the river, and you can do some kayaking.
Okay, yeah.
It's something different.
Yeah.
And that's what it's all about going to these holiday parks. What experience can I get? Because if we go to the same thing every day at every different park, it's always the same. This is so different. Kayaking down the Dora Creek.
Yeah, wow.
Yep. And you can take a picnic basket.
Stop it.
And you can go and do a picnic on the banks of the Dora.
A little wine, maybe.
Yeah, a little wine, cheese platter. Yeah, nice. Romantic.
Oh, stop it. Don't look into my eyes like that, Jason. Don't look into my eyes. But something different. That's as you say.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I think that's the real value of ECC parks and family parks.
Yeah.
Every single experience at every single park is different.
Yeah, it's nice. Nice. And tell us about the size of it and what cabins and powered and unpowered and...
Yeah, so look, Scotty, it's got 12 ensuite sites. It's got about 3 or 4 cabins, a couple of villas. It's got 58 powered sites that are nice and flat and lots of unpowered space as well.
Yeah, okay.
And the guys up there... Caroline and Andrew, lovely people.
Yeah.
And it's a council park.
Yeah.
And they run it and they are passionate about what they do.
Yeah, good.
And they work really hard for the local council to try and make this a tourist attraction for the Lake Macquarie area.
Yeah, lovely. And I know you mentioned the kayaking, and I'm sure people also listening, as I always do, a bit of a fishing flick, but I fish down through that area. A few flathead down there. They get good brim during the colder months as well. So they're the main two species. And
it's a beautiful fresh swim, I must say.
Yeah, I imagine it would be bloody fresh. No doubt about it. Well, that's good, mate. Pet friendly?
Pet friendly?
Yep.
Yes, they welcome their pets in their cabins as well.
Oh, wow.
They offer pet friendly camping, and they also have cabins that are pet friendly as well.
Yeah.
So when you're talking to Andrew or Caroline, make sure if you've got a pet, you let them know. And even if you want a cabin, they have it all year round.
Yeah, that's pretty unique as well. A lot of people are the parks are pet friendly, but not in the cabins. But this one is.
Yeah, that's correct. It's pet friendly in the cabin. So you know what? If you've got a caravan, you've got a friend that's got a little puppy dog, a little fur baby.
Nice.
They can go and do the cabin with you, and the fur baby can come. Yeah. It's one of those places.
Yeah, and obviously, Jace, if people want any details about the park, jump onto the ECC website.
Yeah, ECCparks.
Yes.
.com.au.
Okay.
And that will take you straight through to all the parks. And when you're doing that, and if you want to go and see these guys and stay in this pet-friendly cabin, which is unique, it's Blacksmiths Beach Holiday Park.
Good on you, mate. Look, I look forward to catching up with you, which I will be doing every week from now right through till the end.
We will indeed, Scotty.
Good on you, mate.
Let's go.
Now, don't forget to head over to the Everything Caravan and Camping podcast page, everythingcaravancamping.com.au. Sign up to the newsletter for your chance to win a $50 voucher to spend on the ECC marketplace. And don't forget to catch up on all of our ECC episodes. You go to where you get your podcasts, or you can head over to everythingcaravanandcamping.com.au. Well, that's us for another week. And don't forget, we want to hear from you. We'd love to get you on the show with us. So if you're planning a trip, if you're out on a trip as we speak and you're listening to this podcast, or if you've got any question to do with anything we've spoken about, and if we haven't spoken about it and you want to know about it, make sure you send us an email, podcast@everythingcaravancamping.com.au. Be safe out on the roads. See you next time.
Come on. Let's go. They've got everything. Everything caravan and camping. They've got everything.